Woo! Um, I'm gonna do the intro to this because I'm gonna do a couple of things. One thing I'm gonna start doing is there's a couple of like Mars Singer that I want to watch, but because I also want to do an episode of like, oh, here's who I think it is. On like Sunday to Thursday, I'm gonna have an episode being like, oh, here's who I think it's gonna be because I'm gonna watch up until one of the reveals. That means like there's gonna be a couple of things being like, so I've moved it back a bit to have as such, so that would still be like, oh, the review's here, so you don't really, and we're not really gonna watch anything new. So that's gonna happen. I've got a couple of NAs, so it's mostly fine. Like a couple of days, there's a couple of NAs, and I've got a good move. We've got a lot of stuff forward, so that's gonna be fun. But yeah, I'm gonna use a couple of the intros being like, here's the notes I've taken for this person. So yeah, that's the idea. Okay. Huh? Where is it? Yeah, that is so. Oh, it's British. A completely different meaning. Oh. Also, I realized next week we're gonna get an update and we're gonna go to Balatro. Oh, that's gonna be fun. Okay, so that's gonna do. And then this is gonna be the last one of this. It's still got smoke dash, so I don't think I'm changing this one. I'm gonna change it to 0 because I know there's technically one more, which is Sunday, but Sunday is gonna be the deaths because I like doing that. I don't know why. I really don't. I have no justification. And really, it should be 2019. The ghost year. Actually, no, the ghost year is 2020. I don't know why I keep being like 2019. Because it's either 2012, which is a cast for like what people thought the calendar would be. A bit of a break. Hashtag break. Hashtag a bit. Why is there a full stop for some reason? 2012, which had the calendar thing apparently. That was so fun to be like, 2012, the world's gonna end. Which is weird. I get it. There was like reasons, but like it's weird. I hate my toenails. That's why I always like to pick them. It's a bad habit, I know. I don't know why keep doing this first attempt in video, but I'm like, I don't know. I just think it's interesting. I enter video. I feel like I can do better. 5. I think it's 40 if I just double check. First attempt in video. Hashtag attempt. Hashtag video. So yeah, tomorrow is gonna be weird because we've got Cuphead Plague Inc. Making. 2 videos on the test. 2 videos on comments. 1 review, 1 on this day, and the last video is going to be who I think is in the thing. So there's no sound in this one. I don't know why. It's gonna be a lot of like YouTube. So like I think I might do the same thing like today. Do clips and audio first. I might do clips first, then do the comments next. That could be like an idea or plan. I am glad I did that because it was so bad. It does mean I need to like move stuff around in a way, and I am somewhat still making more notes. But because it's with Mars Singer, I've set up this thing where I'm going to use the holiday, quote unquote. I'll explain on those things. So let me get out because I constantly have the review and the loop next to each other. But what that means overall is I've got Mars Singer Watch, which basically has Mars Singer, I'm a Celebrity, episode special, 9, 10, 11, 12, watch before first reveal, watch before second reveal. So like I stop at those points, so I'm gonna be like, oh, this is who I think it is. Put it back on quickly, see the reveal, see like the da da, and then be like done. Same with like season 6, where I'm gonna be like, ooh, boom, 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 boom. So that means, because of how weird it is, it's going to be so fun. So here's how we're going to work. So I've got Mars Singer Watch. Meaning, I'm starting tomorrow, I'm going to watch Mars Singer, the Christmas special. I'm going to start watching it, and every so often, I'm going to stop when someone's about to be revealed. So it's number 9 is where the first person is going to be revealed. I'm not going to watch any further. I'm going to watch them, and then I'm going to, while streaming, watch the bit where it's like, oh, and this is who it is, da-da-da-da. I'm going to tell that to stream, write down the results, and then like, da-da-da-da. And maybe on the 18th, I also do a video being like, oh, here are all my notes, etc., etc., etc. Because I write down notes about this stuff. I take this way too seriously even add. But it goes 9, 10, 11. Then I take a break until the 18th. Because of how my loops work. And I'm an idiot for that and being really paranoid. Cleaning up my notes. Hashtag notes, hashtag cleaning up. But before the 18th, I will watch like some other stuff, basically being like the 12th, the 13th, the 14th. Not the 14th, because again, those are 5 days, and I'm not going to do it on the 5 days. Basically meaning I'm going to watch the first 2 parts of like the Christmas episodes, watch one more, and then put it on hold, and then start watching the episode. Because the episodes for like most of it, besides like the last 2 where it goes down to 5. Yeah. I kind of have it on. It kind of might get jugged around because if I show you my loop, I've changed it a bit from my, the, and a, because the thing that was there, which is now obviously you know is Mars Singer, I moved down a bit. The, Android, Aliens, Cobra, Severin, Housing, and a, the again. But again, all of this is going to like just go into each other. But because I've got one NA for ITV, and yes, I can put the thing there, but because I didn't want to like, I wasn't going to finish it, and I didn't want that to clash too much, I might move the boys up. So that's also the love one watching next, which is My Adventures with Superman. But yeah. That's going to be, this is going to be, how NAs are going to work is that the boys are going to go into 10, and then the rest of it is going to go up by 1, which is going to be very weird and very confusing. But don't worry, you don't need to deal with it, because it's not going to affect this. It's not going to affect this at all. It's just going to affect me and the behind the scenes. And it's going to be confusing. Eh. Oh. Wow. Yeah. That's fucked. Yeah. Wow. I don't know why I do like wow. Aren't you enjoying my commentary? Wow. It's just so effed up being like That's interesting. Why is it Cuphead? Stop being Cuphead, stop being Cuphead. Go away, cancel, undo. Stop being Cuphead. Mm-hmm. Why is it always Cuphead? Cuphead. Can we go to where it's at plaguing? I'm guessing because it's like Madness YouTube Cuphead, and it's like that's the wrong one. I'm guessing like I accidentally swapped them because it's so many times. How far back am I going to go? Because I am on. So I lost. And So I Lost was February the 4th. Now I'm going to February the 1st with And Nothing Learned. You kidding me? Why is it so far so? Okay, I'm going to make this big screen because I actually need a big screen. So nothing was learned. Jeez. Again, it's always Cuphead. We should be playing videos, and I'm all the way down to February. Let me see. Okay. Start. Third. Let me just look at 30th. Okay. Oh, this is going to be so annoying. Start test 30th is a no. This one is explain. Odd ones out. I'm also going to put back. I'm also going to get rid of this. Cancel. Undo. Okay. Now I just need to... The disease. Yeah. Okay, so I feel like there's an 8. Okay, so now this is done, I'm gonna move this back. It just means I can't see my fix. I'm pretty sure, let me just check. I think I've already done that one. 30, 60, 20, 20. Two, 3, 4, 5. Can you shut up? Move. Thank you. Yeah, you thought I saw it somewhere.
Wants me to ruin schools, specifically American schools. I can do it in Blastoise, but it's gonna be rough. If a visitor from another planet, or say Europe, came to America, there are two things they would think are really weird. Number one, the way we pay for healthcare. That's a different video. But number two, the fact that we fund public schools via property taxes. So M. Blastoise wants me to ruin schools, specifically American schools. I can do it in Blastoise, but it's...
Schools in America. Hashtag schools. Hashtag America. Hashtag interesting. Hashtag interesting. Oh, hi. Just doing some stuff and about to do a review. What am I reviewing? I'm reviewing... No, that's the wrong one. That shouldn't be open. Oh,
Sirius Maxis joins the madness.
thank you. Okay. Yeah, that's it. Secret of Sulphur Springs Season 2. So yeah, I will be reviewing that. Have you seen Secret of Sulphur Springs? Alright. You. Load. Yay! Woo! How's everyone's day? Is everyone good? Da, da, da. React. Okay, so let me just... I forgot to put playlists in. Yeah. Okay, apparently there's a thing where I could suggest hashtags. Suggested hashtags: duet, funny, and comedy. And I'm not gonna add any of them. Oh, dismiss. Okay, let's look at these. It's the same. I don't want you. Please go away. Please go away. That's a little bit. Boo! It's like. Ah! Yeah.
Look, a sponge and a...
Okay, so.
Starfish! There's gotta be something we can make out of this. Oh, no, that's ridiculous. Look, a sponge.
Sponge and a starfish. Oh yeah, I don't know. It's a hard dilemma. I don't think you can do anything with a star and a sponge. No, nothing. Nothing's coming across. We have a star and a starfish and a sponge. Don't know anything. Don't even know any characters you can name. Just two stars and like a starfish and a sponge. Probably will never be anything. Probably will just be nothing for all those eternity. I don't know. Oh wait, no, the Wi-Fi's off. Okay. Yay. Once we know where we are. Alright, that does do that. I thought it does the thing where I was like the tongue goes. Okay, so just put that onto there, put that onto there. Test, 1, 2, 3.
Test, 1, 2, test.
And the one good thing about this is I can just copy and paste. Save. Back. Joe, I'm gonna do something first, which is basically copy and paste the original. So far, nope. No, it should be there. Search. Secrets. Test, 1, 2, 3.
Test, 1, 2, 3.
Okay, so how do I do the last one? Because I want to add on to it. Move.
Are you?
Why is it not loading?
Are you here?
Oh no! Now I got it. I've got another one where it's like, I got one that I will do today. Well, that fell down. I will see if there's any spirits here. That rolls at 7. Let's see if there are. No, that's stage 1. So yeah, we're back. Sulphur Springs. This is season 2, and yeah, the original chat, and I am gonna mention this, the same thing that I'm gonna do with Alien. I was just trying to be like, should I combine it? And that was with The Simpsons. The Simpsons had a thing. I've remodeled everything. A lot has changed since the last one. I had so many different things working on each other, and I was about to do this thing where I'm like, Simpson. And I realized that was stupid. So I just have one now that's on shows I need to wait, where it's basically Simpsons, Disney Plus, and there's one episode. And then I do have 10, 11, 12, blah, blah, blah. But that's near the bottom. So yeah. But, again, this is just a sort of show that I watch. Again, I just like this. I find this really entertaining, and I really enjoy this. I am annoyed at season 3 because season 4 wasn't going to happen, and what season 3 left on, yes, it left on a twist, but I can't mention that here because that's not important. The one thing I like in this one is that they have this whole thing about sort of, because the last one dealt with like, oh, this person went disappearing, this is about it. This one was about a sort of like dispute. Okay, so we have a picture of you in the past. Why? Learning about it and learning about certain things. And the spoiler section is going to be huge. But learning about what's going on, how this happened is so interesting. It definitely leads into what happens in season 3 a lot more. Like, I feel like you can't, like, you can somewhat understand season 2 if you forgot certain parts of season 1. But I feel like season 2, I know that sounds stupid, but like season 1 is about one story. Season 2 and 3 are sort of about one thing, even though there is a major change, and I like it. I love that change. I think it's really interesting. Actually, let's talk about that now. Back on 3 to 1. One of the major spoilers was the fact. So what happened was, in the past, this family owned this farm and the house, which is where the sort of like hotel is, the Tripton Hotel. But the sort of like one person, their sort of like one of the ancestry's mother, great grandmother, I think, I don't know how many greats it was, died, and because of this lawyer who did this sleazy trick about it and tried to work around, it meant that because the original plan was to sell the land, sell the farmland, but keep the house. But because of what they did, they worked around it, and it's like, oh no, now I own the hand, leave. And at a certain point, it's, well, if you know the time period, it's so effed up that he got away with this and he manipulated people to be like, oh yeah, this happened. And it is so, like, inhumane and so dark, and I love it because of that. I also like the fact that, like, so many things are being messed up because you have the spirit being like, oh, this isn't right, this is happening in this specific way, and is getting annoyed and just wants them to leave. I also like one of the scenes where it's like, we're here, deal with it. It's like a big moment, like, we're here, deal with it. It's like, oh, it's so fun. It's so interesting. But the one thing I absolutely love, the reason why I think this whole section will probably leave until 9 minutes, even though we're not even past 5. Because you deal with this document, and it's like, instead of like, oh, here's the actual document, give it to the person in the past, it's like, one, the history will change, and it's one of those things where it's like really interesting, like, yeah, we have this document to prove this, we could easily give it to the past. I would like to point out, he could clearly say probably forge, or whatever. I think they do talk about that, and I do like that idea. But you take it to the future, you show the parents about it, and show them the sort of like, oh yeah, this is sort of the thing that happened, that sort of like created this sort of like document. Anyway, weird. But you show the parents the document, and it's like, yeah, by the way, this house should have been ours, and like the land, the area around it, the farmland, was owned by you, but not the actual house. And I like that he's like, no. And then both sides are like, do you know what? Why don't we join in this together? Like, I was looking for a new place to open my, like, sort of like, I don't know if it's baking or cooking. I think it's a bit of both. I was looking for a new place to do this. You wanted to open a new hotel. Why don't we work with this together? And I love this. Because besides opening up with them, 54321, they go to the future, which is insane, which also shows another side of it, which has the one thing I like. Is in the past, they swapped because they look identical, you can't really tell. But at a certain point, which I think is really interesting, is you'd have her younger brother, who in the future grows up and does this thing with engineering and builds the time machine. You have him sort of looking after the girl who disappeared in the first one, and he asks questions, and I love at a certain point being like, he tries to hide it, and he's like, well, I used your machine. This is how I got here. I shouldn't be in this time period because I shouldn't be born. And I just like, she doesn't say it like that, but I just love that, like, trying to say it without sounding insane. And I like it. And so much. I think some of the stuff would have been explained in season 4. Because you have this more older woman show up from time to time. In, I think, season 2 and season 1 and season 3. Which I think was meant to be an older version of the girl. Which I find really interesting. But overall, I like it. It's building up to something that happens later in the last episode. Which I like. It's like something odd is going on. And I absolutely think this is interesting, and I'm curious where they're going to go with this. Well, I was curious where we're going to go with this, and I am annoyed where they would have gone with this in season 4. Because they introduced a couple of things. I feel like they might have done one more season, but they did just do a... And I'm not going to say what, because that's not relevant to this, and it's not to do with season 2. But I love the other hook that they have, which his father finds the bunker, and it's dun, 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 but she's around the corner. His friend, when he was younger, is around the corner, and so like that age when they were younger, and it's like, what are they going to do? What? And I like it. And because this is over, this will be like another thing that I release. Obviously not on TikTok, so it won't be on like one of my counts. I'll just merge the 30 minutes anyway. Because why not? Why not? Da, 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 da. Anyway, I'm most likely to do it on this one or that one. I don't know. Most likely probably on that one. But I do think this is really interesting, and I absolutely would recommend. Wait. So yeah, I do like this. I am slightly annoyed about season 4, but we can't do anything about it. But it was a good watch, and I would recommend it with amazing characters, amazing dramas, even though they lie a lot and there's a lot of miscommunication, which is a bit annoying. But yeah, it is still fun, but a bit dramatic. I feel like I need to clean my teeth more. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and good night!
I'll see if it's good.
Okay, where is so fun? More diseases. I love I just passed season 1 of Sulphur Springs in all of my Okay, and then okay. Okay, so let me just also do this. No, uh, I also want to just double check. Singer, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, you could do 16. 16? Yeah, you could do 16. Which means it would basically be splitting this into 2. So yeah. I hope you enjoy, I hope you like, and good night!